A straight dude. Like, unshakably straight. Or so I thought. Until my chest decided to go through second puberty. That night, I crept onto my super hot roommate's bunk and lifted my shirt. Liam, look at this. Chati, I got something awesome to show you. I had sneak attacked the campus health center earlier that day. The doctor pushed up his glasses, looking bored as hell. Secondary development caused by idiopathic hormonal chaos. Nothing life-threatening right now. Just watch and wait. My face twisted. Dosi, seriously? This isn't like, gonna kill me? The doctor pulled his hand back and nodded. You're fine. I finally chilled out a few days later. I actually got used to these 2 lumps on my chest. Not gonna lie, they were soft, bouncy, and felt kind of amazing to touch. Light bulb went off in my head. I needed to let my squad of virgin losers experience this. Brothers before hoes, right? If I got the goods, I gotta share the wealth. That night after lights out, I stealthily climbed onto Liam's bed. Liam is basically a robot. Perfect schedule, no late night gaming. Sleeps on time. He's also the campus heartthrob. Rich, smart, handsome. I pulled back his privacy curtain and rolled in. Liam had his AirPods in, looking cold as ice. Seeing me crawl up, he took them out and stared at me silently. I grinned like an idiot. Liam, check this out. I yanked my pajama top up, flashing my chest. Look, my tits are growing. How about that? Perfect shape, right? I winked, leaning in close to his ear, whispering, am I a good bro or what? They just popped out a few days ago. You're the first one getting a VIP viewing. Liam was silent. Like, dead silent. Usually he's a man of few words, but tonight the vibe was weird, thick. He didn't move for a long time. I started feeling awkward. My hand holding up my shirt, slowly sinking. Suddenly, Liam reached out, stopping me from covering up. He gripped my wrist, satisfied, and yanked my hand back up, exposing my entire chest. Liam stared, intense, focused. He was authenticating a diamond. I muttered, it's real, dude. No silicone here. His fingertips landed softly on the edge. A tentative touch. Zap. A weak electric current shot down my spine. A numbing, tingly sensation flooded my body and I flinched. Liam pulled his gaze away and stared straight into my eyes. I squirmed. What? What's wrong, Liam? After a long pause, he sighed. Jax, are you this defenseless with everyone? I didn't get it. Huh. Liam continued, his voice low. Don't. Just show these to people. And don't go blabbing about it. He let go of my wrist and fixed my pajama top. Get down. I'm going to sleep. Oh, okay. I didn't take his advice seriously. We're all dudes here. We compared DOC sizes in the locker room. So what's wrong with looking at a little chest meat? I actually planned to let all the boys get a feel, give them some worldly experience, and then hit the gym to turn these soft mounds into rock-hard pecs. Turns out my previous bulking attempts failed. But now God was helping me out. I'm gonna have the sickest pecs on campus. Every time I see my childhood best friend Tyler's ripped muscles, I get jealous. Speaking of Tyler, dude has been single for 20 years. Wasted potential. He's hot jacked but gets 0 bitches. Pathetic. I decided right then I'm gonna bless my bro. Tyler is at the other campus. I had no classes the next morning, so I took the shuttle over to ambush him. Running on pure adrenaline, I dragged Tyler into an empty classroom the second his lecture ended. Tyler looked annoyed as fuck. Why are you dragging me in here, Jax? I rolled my eyes and slapped the back of his head. Patience, dumbass. I'm showing you something good. I checked the hallway. Clear. I zoomed back to Tyler. I ripped my hoodie up. Tada. Surprise, motherfucker. I leaned into his face, looking smug. Well, am I a good friend or what? Tyler's annoyance vanished. His eyes popped out of his head. He looked brain dead. Holy shit. I cracked up at his reaction, my chest jiggling with laughter. Ha ha ha, Tyler. Look at your face. Tyler snapped out of it, yanked my hem down aggressively, his face turning beet red. What the hell are you doing? What is going on with you? I stopped laughing and explained the medical situation. Basically, second puberty. I got racks now. I wiggled my eyebrows and rubbed my chest through the hoodie. You sure you don't want to test the merchandise? It feels super soft, bro. Tyler turned even redder. He reached out with his long arms and slammed my hood over my face. Fuck off. I'm not a pervert. He spun around and stormed out without looking back. Popped off the desk and chased after him like a puppy. I kept bumping into his shoulder, being annoying. Hey, seriously. Last chance. I'm only offering because you're my boy. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Tyler covered his ears and speed walked. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm not touching them. Who the hell wants to touch you? His reaction was a total buzzkill. This guy hits harder than anyone on the football field. Why is he acting like a Virgin Mary now? I stuck my tongue out at his back. Fine. Don't touch. I'll find someone else. My dorm has 2 other idiots besides Liam. Back at the dorm, Mikey and Dave were screaming at their monitors, neck deep in a game. Mikey, Dave, look what Daddy brought you. I laughed, stood between their chairs, and whoosh lifted my hoodie. Boom. Look. Tits. Second puberty. Surprised. The air in the room froze. Two pairs of eyes locked onto my chest like laser sights. What? What? The fuck? Mikey finally found his voice. Which cracked? Jax did. Did you get a sex change? Fuck you. I dropped my shirt, giving him a kick. I'm a pure man. It's just hormone chaos. Doctor said so. I repeated the diagnosis. Mikey recovered, shocked, turning into pure curiosity. He rubbed his greasy hands together. So Jax, how do they feel? Like the real deal? He winked suggestively. Dave was nodding violently beside him. I puffed out my chest proudly. Hell yeah. Soft and bouncy. If you don't believe me. I went to lift my shirt again. Cough. A cold sound from the door. We all froze and turned. Liam was standing there. He looked colder than usual. Scary cold. His expressionless face sent a chill down the back of my neck. I awkwardly dropped my hand, feeling guilty for no reason. Mikey and Dave instantly sat up straight, smiling like suck UPS. They scrambled back to their keyboards like their asses were on fire. Liam ignored them. He tilted his chin at me. Jax. Outside. We stood on the small balcony at the end of the hall. Liam leaned against the railing, looking calm but dangerous. So you just ignored everything I said? I felt guilty but tried to act tough. Nah, I was just sharing with the brothers. Liam curled his lip. Jax. This isn't a contest to see who can piss the furthest. Your body is changing abnormality. You go around showing everyone. Have you thought about the consequences? What consequences? I shrugged. DOC said I'm fine. The doctor meant you aren't dying. He didn't mean you could treat them like a show and tell toy. Liam stepped closer, his voice vibrating with rare emotion. Have you thought about what happens if this spreads? How people will look at you? Harass you? If those two idiots talk or took photos? They wouldn't dare. The thought of photos freaked me out a little. Maybe not intentionally, but guys get excited and talk. Shot 1 tells 10, 10 tell 100. How are you gonna walk around campus when everyone is staring at your chest? Liam stared deep into my eyes. Jax, this is about your privacy and dignity. Take it seriously. Cover yourself up and protect yourself. His seriousness actually scared me straight. Thinking about it, he was right. I just thought it was hilarious and cool. I wanted to show off. I didn't think about the creepy side. Being treated like a sideshow freak. Being pointed at, someone actually trying to grab them. A shiver of fear hit me. The chill Liam left me with didn't go away even after we went back inside. For the first time, I didn't feel like the cool guy with a secret weapon. I felt exposed. Like I'd walked onto a battlefield wearing nothing but a target. Liam didn't say another word to me that night. He went back to his bunk, closed his privacy curtain, and the silence from his side was louder than the frantic clicking of Mikey and Dave's keyboards. I lay there, staring at the ceiling of my lower bunk, feeling the weight of the two lumps. They felt heavier now. Every time I breathed, the fabric of my shirt brushed against them, sending those weird, zapping pulses through my chest. Idiopathic hormonal chaos, I whispered to myself. It sounded like a band name. It felt like a curse. The next morning, I woke up to something sitting on my chest. Not the lumps, an actual package. I sat up, rubbing my eyes. Liam was already dressed, looking like $1,000,000 in a crisp white shirt, packing his laptop. Put that on, he said, not looking at me. Under your hoodie. I opened the package. It was a compression vest, the kind high-level athletes use, or maybe something more specialized. It looked tight. What is this, a sports bra? Liam, I'm a dude. Liam stopped, his hand hovering over his bag. He turned, his icy blue eyes pinning me to the mattress. It's a binder, Jax. If you want to go to class without the entire row 10 staring at your chest every time you run for the bus, you'll wear it. I grumbled, but the look on his face told me not to argue. I ducked into the bathroom and struggled into it. It was tight. It flattened everything out, but it also made me hyper-aware of what it was hiding. When I pulled my oversized hoodie over it, I looked normal. Just a guy with slightly thick pecs. Better. Liam asked when I came out. I feel like a stuffed sausage, I complained, though I felt a weird surge of relief. Thanks, man. You're a lifesaver. Liam didn't smile. He stepped close, closer than a bro usually does, to straighten my collar. His fingers brushed my neck, and for a second, I forgot how to breathe. Keep it on. And Jax. No more VIP viewings. I mean it. 3 days later, the novelty had officially worn off and turned into a nightmare. The doctor was wrong about one thing. It wasn't just staying the same. They were growing. It was slow, but the soreness was becoming a constant, dull ache. I was hitting the gym twice a day, desperate to turn the soft tissue into muscle, but it was like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of marshmallows. I was on the bench press at the campus gym, sweating through my binder and hoodie, when a shadow fell over me. You're going to give yourself a heat stroke, dumbass. I looked up. Tyler. He looked even more jacked than usual in a sleeveless tank, his biceps veiny and tan. But his face was tight, his jaw set. Ever since I'd flashed him at his campus, he'd been texting me nonstop. Mostly insults, but the kind that felt like he was checking in. Gotta get these gains, Ty. I wheezed, racking the bar. Turning the racks into tracks. You know how it is. Tyler didn't laugh. He grabbed me by the arm and hauled me up, leading me toward a corner of the gym behind the heavy bag racks where no one was looking. Are you still doing that? He hissed, his eyes darting to my chest. Doing what? Growing? It's not a choice, bro. It's the chaos. Tyler's face went that weird shade of red again. He looked angry, but also frustrated. I haven't slept, Jax. I keep thinking about what you showed me. It's not right. You shouldn't be showing people. You shouldn't even be touching them. Why do you care? I challenged, puffing out my chest. You said you weren't a pervert. You said you didn't want a piece of this. Tyler's hand shot out, grabbing the front of my hoodie. He pulled me inches from his face. I could smell his cologne, something rugged and spicy. I care because you're a moron. You don't know how guys look at things like that. You don't know how he cut himself off, his eyes widening. How you what? Just stay away from the locker rooms, Tyler growled, letting go of me so fast I stumbled. And stop coming to my campus for a while. I can't think when you're around. He turned and bolted. I stood there, totally baffled. First Liam acts like my personal bodyguard. Now my best friend is acting like I've got a contagious plague. The chaos peaked on a Friday night. The dorm was empty. Mikey and Dave were at some LAN party, and Liam was supposed to be at a gala for the Honor Society. I was alone, and I was miserable. My chest felt like it was on fire. The binder was too tight, the skin felt sensitive, and I just wanted to crawl out of my own body. I stripped off the binder in the bathroom, gasping as the pressure released. I looked in the mirror and nearly cried. They weren't just lumps anymore. They were significant. Round, soft, and undeniably feminine. They didn't belong on a guy who liked beer, football, and Halo. I stumbled back to my room, shirtless, intending to just faceplant into my pillow and wake up from this dream. The door opened. I froze. Liam was standing there. He wasn't in his tuxedo. He looked like he'd rushed back. He saw me shirtless, vulnerable, the full extent of my condition, on display under the harsh LED lights. Jax, he breathed. His voice wasn't cold anymore. It was thick like honey. I can't do it, Liam. I cracked, my voice trembling. They hurt. I tried to gym them away, but they won't stop. I'm a freak, man. I'm a straight dude with. Liam closed the door and locked it. The click of the deadbolt echoed in the small room. He walked toward me slowly. I should have been embarrassed. I should have covered up. But the way Liam was looking at me wasn't like the doctor, and it wasn't like my roommates. He looked like he was seeing something beautiful. Something he'd been waiting for. You're not a freak, Liam said, stopping just a foot away. Then what am I? You're mine to take care of, he whispered. He reached out. This time, I didn't flinch. His hand was warm, his palm large as it covered one side of my chest. A low moan escaped my throat, not because it was bro-y, but because the relief of his touch was instant. The zap from before was now a full-blown electrical storm. Liam. I breathed, my hands hovering near his shoulders. We're brothers. I'm straight. Liam stepped into my personal space, forcing me to look up at him. He tilted his head, his thumb brushing over the sensitive peak of my chest, making my knees buckle. Are you Jax? He murmured, his face inches from mine. Because a straight dude wouldn't be shaking like this. A straight dude wouldn't have come to my bed that first night. He leaned in, his breath hot against my ear. I've been watching you for 2 years, Jax. Waiting for you to realize that you don't fit in the box you built for yourself. This chaos. It's just making the outside match how much I want to break you. The next morning was a blur of confusion. Nothing happened. Not fully, but the way Liam had held me until I fell asleep, his hands never leaving my skin, changed the gravity of the room. I was sitting in the dining hall, nursing a coffee and wearing an even bigger hoodie, when Tyler stormed in. He looked like he hadn't slept in 48 hours. He slammed his tray down across from me. We're going to the city, Tyler said, his voice a low command. Huh? Why? I found a specialist. A real one. Not your campus hack, Tyler said, his eyes bloodshot. I'm getting you fixed, Jax. I'm paying for it. Whatever it costs to get you back to normal. I don't know if I want to fix it yet, I said, the words slipping out before I could stop them. I thought of Liam's hands. I thought of the way I'd felt protected. Tyler's expression went from worried to lethal. He leaned over the table. What did you say? I said, maybe it's not a medical emergency, Ty. Maybe I'm just changing. Is it him? Tyler hissed. The roommate? The robot? Is he getting in your head? Before I could answer, A hand dropped onto my shoulder. It was heavy, possessive. I didn't even have to look to know it was Liam. "He's not going anywhere with you, Tyler," Liam said, his voice like dry ice. The two of them stared at each other over my head. The tension was so thick I could practically see the sparks. Tyler, the childhood best friend, the muscle, the straight protector. Liam, the genius, the calm predator, the one who had already seen me at my most vulnerable. "He's my best friend," Tyler growled, standing up so his chair screeched. "I've known him since we were 5. I've protected him from every bully in the schoolyard. I'm not letting some rich prick mess with his head, because he's going through a hard time." "You protected him?" Liam laughed, a short, dark sound. "You spent 20 years ignoring what was right in front of you, because you were too scared of your own feelings. I, on the other hand, appreciate Jax exactly as he is. Chaos and all." I looked between them, my heart hammering against the binder. "Guys, I'm right here." But they weren't looking at me. They were looking at each other like two lions over a kill. "Jax is coming with me," Tyler said, reaching for my arm. Liam stepped in front of me, blocking Tyler's reach. "Jax is staying with me. He's comfortable. He's safe. And he's finally starting to enjoy himself. Aren't you, Jax?" Liam looked back at me, a challenge in his eyes. He wanted me to choose. I looked at Tyler, his honest, panicked face. Then I looked at Liam, his dark, promise-filled eyes. My chest ached, a sharp throb of growth and desire. I started, my voice cracking. I looked at the two of them, and I felt like my brain's CPU was about to melt. Tyler's hand was still hovering in midair, his knuckles white from tension. Liam stood in front of me like an immovable glacier, but I could feel the radiating heat of his possessiveness. The other students in the dining hall were stealing glances at us. My face was hot enough to fry an egg, the compression binder was making it hard to breathe, and my heart was hammering against those 2 lumps of hormonal chaos. "Enough." I slammed my hand on the table, standing up so fast my coffee splashed. Both of them snapped their heads toward me. "I'm not a trophy, so quit acting like you're fighting over a prize," I hissed, glaring at Tyler. "Ty, I know you mean well, but stop treating me like a broken machine that needs fixing. It's a natural evolution. Get it?" Then I turned to Liam. My voice dropped an octave, betraying a hint of the weakness he'd seen last night. "And you, Liam. Stop saying I'm yours. I haven't agreed to let you take charge of anything yet." Liam's eyes flickered, a ghost of a smirk playing on his lips. Tyler, on the other hand, looked like a kicked puppy. "Jax, are you crazy? You're sticking up for this Ice King? Have you forgotten we've been brothers since we were in diapers?" "I haven't forgotten." I took a deep breath, and suddenly, the dull ache in my chest didn't feel so heavy. "But I've made up my mind. Whether I see a specialist, wear this damn binder, or just accept how I am, it's going to be my call." I pushed past Liam and marched out of the dining hall. In that moment, I felt like a total badass, even with 2 soft, bouncy secrets hidden under my hoodie. However, that badass feeling lasted exactly 5 minutes. As soon as I hit the quiet, tree-lined path toward the dorms, 2 shadows flanked me. "Jax, the specialist is booked for 3 p.m., Tyler muttered, sounding like a grumpy golden retriever, but still stubbornly reaching for the strap of my backpack. "I'm driving him," Liam countered, his voice cool and absolute. "My car is at the gate. Besides, what does a gym rat like you know about the specialized care he needs?" "Who are you calling a gym rat?" Caught between them, listening to them bicker in my ears, I suddenly realized that life, chaotic as it was, wasn't exactly miserable. That afternoon, the specialist gave us a verdict similar to the school doctor. It was a rare, late-onset hormonal surge. It might settle back into muscle, or it might stay. It was up to my body now. The ride back was silent and thick with tension. Liam drove, I sat in the passenger seat, and Tyler sat in the back, death staring the back of Liam's head. When we reached the dorm, Liam swung the door shut, effectively locking Tyler out in the hallway. "Hey, what the hell?" Tyler started pounding on the door. "We need to discuss recovery exercises in private," Liam called back coldly over his shoulder. He turned to face me. I was just about to peel off that suffocating binder, my hands gripping the hem of my shirt, when Liam stepped into my space. He placed his warm hand over mine, stopping me. "Do you really want to go back to how it was?" he whispered, his eyes dark with a hunger that made my knees weak. "Honestly, I think this suits you." My face flushed. I tried to sound tough. "Bullshit. I'm a straight dude. I'm gonna have a girlfriend one day, and she's gonna notice if I'm bigger than she is." "I can help you," Liam murmured, leaning in until our noses almost touched. His voice was a spell. "Jax, admit it. You didn't hate the way I touched you last night." My heart skipped a beat. He was right. That zap, that electric thrill of being completely seen and handled by him, was something I'd never felt in all my years of being one of the boys. Suddenly, the balcony door crashed open with a bang. Tyler had literally climbed over from the neighboring balcony. He was flushed and panting, pointing a finger at Liam. "I knew you were up to no good. Jax, don't listen to him. He's a total creep. I looked at these two men, one my oldest friend, the other my most dangerous temptation, both acting like they were losing their minds over me. I threw myself onto my bed face up, giving in to the absurdity. Fine. Stop screaming. I shouted at the ceiling. Since you're both so obsessed with merchandise, here's the deal. Whoever behaves best gets to help me with the relief massages when the swelling gets bad. Deal. The room went dead silent. Liam's eyes darkened with a predatory glint. Tyler froze, his face turning the color of a ripe tomato, his hands twitching at his sides. Massages, he stammered. I definitely have more grip strength than this guy. I closed my eyes and smirked. To hell with being unshakably straight. Second puberty was a mess, but if God was giving me these blessings and two top-tier guardians to look after them, I might as well enjoy the chaos. As for the drama that would follow, that's a problem for tomorrow. Right now, I just wanted one of them to help me get this damn binder off. It was killing me.